Welcome to Future Prospects, guys. I've always said this about all my shows, and if you like it or not, that's just tough. But I'm excited about all my guests. I'm extremely excited about this guest. Her name is Trish Peters. Now, Trish graced Future Prospects a couple of months ago on a platform called Youth Speak, where I had several speakers. Long story short here, she embraced us on just how she dealt with life, positivity, but negativity. But now she's bringing to you her message on social media, how it affected her, how she dealt with it, and what it's doing to our future leaders, young women, young people. It's going to be raw, no disrespect. It's going to be from the heart, but it's going to be something that you can take and apply to your lives, which is extremely important for your success. With no further ado, welcome Trish Peters.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. Hello.
I don't know how else to start.
No, I know. You're so sweet. And off camera, we're like,
yeah.
It's okay. Welcome, honey.
I'm glad to be back.
Oh, I know you are. I know. We could not have you back. So we haven't seen you for a couple of months.
Yeah, I think I was here in June. May or June.
Okay, so we're talking fall, approaching fall soon now.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the whole show an hour, but because we haven't seen you, what's been going on? And we can get into what you want to get into.
Not much. I worked all summer,
yes.
So that was fun. Debatable.
Yes.
And I went back to school.
Right.
So I just started going back to school in like the beginning of September.
Okay. What school is that? You still?
I go to the University of Ontario.
Okay.
And I'm planning on majoring in accounting, so I had to decide this year what I wanted to major in.
Okay.
So we've stuck to accounting. I think at the end of the day, accounting will give me a little bit more, I guess, like better things to do.
Yes.
So with if I want to run my own business, which we have talked about before.
That's right.
I think accounting will be better than paying someone else to do my accounting.
That's right,
me,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, no,
so I'd rather
you
do
can
that.
know that, no disrespect to any accountants out there, but you'll know what's going on.
Yep.
Right? And stuff like
and
that with your money.
It's my own business, right?
That's
so
right.
I know exactly what I want to do with my money.
That's right.
And I'd rather look at the numbers myself.
Yes?
Yeah. So
all right.
That's pretty much the gist of it. I went on vacation. I went to the cottage.
Oh,
not much
nice.
other than that.
But it was relaxing.
Yeah.
Is it hard? I spoke to our son Michael. It was my birthday a weekend ago. That he was saying, "Oh my God, getting back into school." So is it like that now? Getting from the working, sleeping in, and all of a sudden now you got to get back into it. It's like.
Honestly, so I worked a job that was 45 minutes away from my house.
Okay.
So I didn't get to sleep in much because we had to be there for 8:30 in the morning.
All right.
So to get there on time, I would have to get up at like 6:37. And I'd have to leave my house by like 7:15 at the latest.
All right.
Right? So I didn't get to sleep in much, but I think when I went to the cottage, like in August, was like my month off. I went to the cottage. I went to like my camp that I volunteer at, and I think I got spoiled. I was like, I don't want to wake up anymore.
Oh my God.
Like even like 9 nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to get out of my bed. 9 a.m. is too early. It's time to go back to sleep.
I got to jump in here for a second. What is it with young people about sleep though? They always want to just lie down and sleep. I was going to get into the Jamaican patois for a second. You just want to go home and go to sleep. Like, why is it you guys just want to sleep? Like,
honestly, I think it's because we stay up late all the time. I think I do my best work at night. Okay. I think a lot of teenagers would agree with me.
Yes, that's true.
We do our best work at night. So during the day, you sleep. But you have to catch up.
So it's told by Trish. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
and
good, sweetie.
I think, like, I know for myself, I don't always get the 8-9 hours recommended.
No.
So I take my nap during the day and I'm okay.
So how much sleep do you need though?
Usually, I can go on like 4 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, I'll be good.
How does this function?
I feel
like I'm drunk if I don't have a good night's sleep.
I used to wake up at 6 a.m. I remember for like rugby practices and stuff.
Right.
And I used to go to bed at 1 or like 2. And I just like, that's like what, 4 hours of sleep? I would be fine.
And rugby, and how tall are you?
5'2".
Because we covered this in the last one. That's what we did. You're a
5'2".
mighty. 5'2". You're mighty.
My driver's license says 5 foot though. It's lying.
Okay, you gotta fix that. You can't fix it or no?
Yeah, but I like to believe I'm 5'2". I don't actually know if I'm 5'2". So I just tell people I'm 5'2".
That's okay. That's
2
all
inches
right.
are good.
That's right.
I can do
Nothing
2
wrong
inches.
with that. Nothing wrong with that, sweetheart.
Doesn't bug me.
So it was a good summer overall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. But it was like, it was different because in high school you only have 2 months off. Now, like in university, you have 4 months off. 4 months to do nothing. And you get, like, I got bored. I was like, I can't sit at home anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't start working until the end of June.
Right.
So like May and beginning of June, I had both of them completely off.
Holy shit.
So I did nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
But now it's okay because now you're back on the horse.
Yeah.
Right?
Back
so now
to school, back to doing everything again.
Yeah, it's all good, hon, right?
Yeah.
It is.
A schedule is nice.
So why is, okay, before we go into what you want to delve into, why is the schedule? I want to brand this for a second, all right? Why is it important for a schedule? A schedule. I'm saying it loud, seriously, because it is important.
Yeah, I think it's important for a schedule because then you actually have the motivation to do it. And when you look at it, you're like, okay, like I have to do this, 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 and this. And once it's done, it's done. And I don't like, I know that myself, if I don't do it right then and there, I'll forget. Like, I'm bad with that. Like, I'll forget completely. Slip out of my mind. You can email me again, and if I look at the email and I don't reply back right away, it'll just stay there, and I will completely forget to reply. Like, I know, like, for myself, I'm like that. So for me to have, like, a set schedule on what I'm supposed to be doing,
so you're
it's a lot easier. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I want to delve into this because I don't want to miss an ounce of what we were talking about before we graced this chair with you. You want to talk about social media?
Yeah.
All right, because I know you got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's a brainweb.
I know, but why is it? It's a great subject, by the way, and it's a great topic. It's a great conversational piece. But why is it that you want to embrace this, the social media? Talk.
I think when I was younger, I dealt with a lot of issues that I think did stem from social media. Like,
in what way?
I just think, like, seeing social media is only a little part of every person's life.
Okay.
Right? But everybody who's on social media makes it their whole life. Right?
Okay.
Anything you look at, if you look at major YouTubers, Kim Kardashian, all of them, you think that everything you see on social media is everything that they do. I guess Kim Kardashian is different because she got her own show.
Okay.
But any YouTubers, anything like that, like, you look at these celebrities and you think that anything on that little screen is that's their whole life. That's it.
Right.
Right? But you don't see all of it. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't see anything. And I think social media can have such a negative impact on kids and teenagers. And I know even in university, when we should know better by now.
Right,
right?
that's true.
There's research has been done on it. We should know a little bit better. But even then, you're still out here struggling. Like, as a human.
As a human?
Like,
I have to make a humor on that. Sorry. As a human, you better be human because you're sitting on that chair.
I hope I am. But I mean, like, as a human, you're so open to feeling those emotions.
Okay.
Right? Like, you'll feel them no matter what. Even if you tell yourself, no, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to be mad at that person. I don't want to be sad. Right? As much as mentally, it's a mental game, right? You play that game, and you'll usually feel a little bit better.
Okay.
But social media can make you feel so crappy, so bad.
Okay. Is it, and I want to take away from what you said, I just want to jump in for just a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it because it's in your face 24/7, or you put it into it's right there?
I think it's because you have access to it 24/7.
Okay.
Right? Your phone, like, you put your finger on your phone and it unlocks.
True.
And now you have access to all the apps that are on your phone.
That's right.
Right? And going back to why teenagers don't sleep, half of the reason teenagers don't sleep is because of that thing.
But why can't they sleep? Why don't they just turn it off? I can turn mine off. I like my sleep. Well, yeah, I do. I do.
I mean, I guess they can. We can definitely turn it off.
Right.
I just think that it's definitely, like, it's an addiction.
Huge.
Right?
Huge.
So even in bed, you're laying there. I know, like, I watch Netflix to fall asleep.
Okay.
Right? But before I watch Netflix, I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so none of my notifications come through. I just think, like, every time you hear that buzz, it's like an instinct to grab it.
So,
and if, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And if the buzz is still on when you're trying to go to sleep, you're going to want to grab it and look at it and see what's going on, right? The world is awake all the time.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Right? But you're not, so depends on what you're missing.
So now we're going to have a show. So we're in our first segment. So we've got a lot to cover. And I want to not miss an ounce of reason why you brought this. And I want you not to hold back.
Yeah.
I want you to talk from your heart because this is an important subject that youth need to hear.
Yeah.
No candy coat. Why is it, what's the negativity about it? Like I hear that you said to me one time on the last segment, you said, well, Joy, a lot of people don't go to the positive stuff. That's what you said on the last show.
Yep.
You said they just gravitate to the negative. And I said, well, that's kind of sick. That's your language, people. That's messed up, right? Like it's messed, it's whacked.
Yeah.
So why is it that they do that? Like I don't understand that.
I honestly.
Right.
I'm such a hypocrite because I did this the other day, and you gravitate towards. I think I know that at least I gravitate towards the negative stuff because I want to see it and I want to know I want to know what's going on.
Okay.
So even if that stuff is bad for me to be looking at, I know that if my friends are going to be talking about it and I don't know what I'm talking about, it's going to make you look uncool, I guess. Like we talked about FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I think a lot of it is based around FOMO, and I also think.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Fear of okay, see you guys. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, fear of missing out. Okay.
Yeah, and I also think when you look at the negative stuff, or even when you look at something that talks about you, you're more likely, in this day and age, at my age, you'd rather know about it and know what's being said about you or what's being done to your image than not know about it, because anything that's posted on social media is there forever.
Right.
Right? Somebody's talking about you, and it's very, very clearly stated that it's you, and you know about it. You're like, okay, now I can go talk to this person, and we can sort this out, and you can go delete your comment because that wasn't appropriate. But not knowing means that it's still out there, and you don't even know someone is saying that about you.
But that seems like, now we have to go to break soon, but that seems like a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of
work.
It's a lot of mental work, and it's a lot of, there's so much to cover.
Yeah.
But when you say that, it seems like, you're going to find out they're talking about you. Then you got to go pick up the telephone, call them to discuss it.
It's not even a call, it's a text.
Okay, a text. Sorry. But you know
I guess a text is easier than a call.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We got to go to break.
Yeah.
We got to go to break. We'll be right back. This is great stuff. Keep watching. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Trish Peters, and I'm going to segue right over to you right away. All right. Educate me for a second now. So we left off on the FOMO. What was that you said?
The fear of missing out.
Okay, so the fear of missing out.
Yep.
What are they missing out on?
Anything.
Anything, such as?
Anything and everything. You could go out with magazine topics. All our magazines are online, right? They're all on Snapchat. You can read through them.
Right.
Right? You're missing out on what Angelina Jolie did, or what I guess YouTubers did. Certain people we don't want to say we keep up with, but we do.
Right.
Right? So even the Kardashians, people keep up with those. Missing out on just simple daily things. Even what your friends are doing. Right. Right? Because everybody's posting where they are, what they're doing, right?
Minutes, food, talking, they're at a bar or something, click. It's just 24/7, right?
And that's what they're missing out on. You're missing out, your friends go to a bar without you and you see it on social media.
All right.
Right? That's where you get the fear of missing out. I guess you could directly relate it to how my mom would tell me people don't know how to say no. Right?
Right.
FOMO is kind of not being able to say no because of the fear of missing out, you're not able to say no, which then you're stretched so thin that then you're affecting your mental health, you're affecting your sleep schedule, you're affecting just the way you do your work, right? So it's affecting everything else then.
Wow. Okay, you are awesome, by the way, right?
I try my best.
No. You are awesome. That's why you're sitting in that chair, hon. because you talk from here and you talk the truth. You don't candy coat it. You're awesome.
No, there's no point in candy coating anything.
Why not? Like, why not candy coat and make it to sound so sweet and nice?
Because everything has a negative impact no matter what.
Gotcha.
And you might as well look at the facts straight on and say, well, I want to go about the situation like this, then be like, oh, like, it looks like it's sweet, and it looks like I could do it without having any negative impacts upon myself.
Right.
And then you do it, and all of a sudden, you're facing all these problems.
True.
Right?
True.
So there's no point in candy coating anything.
Is there anything positive about social media?
I think social media can be used as a positive impact. I think it can. I think it can be a great tool. Like, just like this show, you can put it on social media and have youth watch it, people see it and say, oh, I relate to that, I know how that feels, and take advice from here and use it to their own lives.
Right.
Right? You can do that. The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, he does a lot of funny skits, but he also has a lot of, he had, I think, Greta...
I can't say her last name.
I can't say her last name
I can't
either.
say, but she's
phenomenal. The child
activist
for climate change.
That's right.
Right. He had her on.
Thunberg.
Something like that.
That's
yeah. So he had her on the other day, and that segment was amazing.
Yes.
Right. So watching that puts those issues out in the world for other people to look at and be like, oh, well, this is a problem. Right. And even I watch a show on Netflix called The Patriot Act.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's with Hassan Minhaj. He's a comedian. I would say the show is political satire.
Okay.
Like, that's what it's based upon. It's funny, but it's only funny to a certain group of people.
Right.
Right? But every one of his shows, they talk, like, he just did an episode last Sunday about the two different sides of Canada. So he talked about our political system. He's from, like, it's an American show. It's based in America.
Okay, did he interview any political people?
He doesn't interview.
Oh.
He just does his research.
Oh,
and he talks about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so that's
cool.
the show you should watch. It's really good.
All
I watch it every week. But I know, like, my friends, like, even people I barely know, a lot of my friends wouldn't be into watching that. I tried to make them watch it a couple weeks ago. It didn't work. Right? Because the things that I find funny, like, politics-wise, the things that I think are super funny, they don't think are funny, right?
Gotcha.
Like, I was raised in a house where we talked about politics, we talked about feminism, we talked about everything, right? I listened to News Talk 1010 every day with my mom.
Wow.
And still to this day, sometimes I'm coming home at 4 p.m., I'm like, Ryan and Jay are on, I'm gonna listen to them.
Wow.
Right? So I think it's definitely harder when you're not raised in it and you don't want to talk about things that you're not educated in.
True. That's true. That's true. Because you say, okay, what's my input? Like, what can I say about it?
Yeah.
If you don't have the background on it, right?
Yeah. Like, I have a friend, and she was friends with another, like, a guy. Like, I wasn't friends with him, but obviously I heard the story from her end.
Yes.
And the guy, like, me and her, we have deep conversations. We talk about politics. We talk about everything that's going on in the world. Because I think, from my view, it's our world. If we're not educated in it, then how are we going to change it?
That's right.
Right? So me and her talk about everything. But she was telling me that as soon as she brought up, I think one of her friends wanted to go to school in the States. And she said, with the political scene, how do you feel about going to school in the States? And he tore her head off, and he was like, I don't know why you asked me those questions. She was like, it was just a question. You didn't have to answer it.
Right.
Right? But that's what the scene is like when you try to bring up those things with teens and with, like, on social media.
On social media.
Right.
So is it like you have to kind of play a game to be popular, or what am I trying to say here? Like, you have to try to fit in?
Yeah. I think in high school especially it was like that. And even in university I experienced it a little bit. Right? You want to fit in, so you try to hide that part of you that is educated and that does know about all of those things.
Why do you have to walk around like different clones? Why can't you just be you?
That's a hard question to answer. I think it's human instinct to want to fit in, right?
Sorry?
It's human instinct to want to be part of the crowd.
Sure, I've been there, but it's boring as heck.
Yeah.
Because some of the crowds are whacked, or they're weird, or they just want to gossip about people, if it be on social media or sitting down. It's just trash talk that fills my brain with all confusion, and I don't like to be confused. So I'm just talking to an intelligent, beautiful girl here who's going to be very successful in her own way.
Yep.
And I look at you, thank you for that reply. And I just wonder why young people have to be so, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't understand it.
Well, even if you look at our school system.
Right.
Right? We go to school at the same time every morning.
True.
You go to the same classes.
True.
You come home.
True.
And you do the work that you're given.
Right.
You're stuffed in that group of people all day, every day. And if it's the same as working at a factory, right? You're stuffed in that group of people. Like, the schedule is so rigid. If you're late, they'll give you their call home, whatever it is. Right? Because the schedule is so rigid, you don't have time to actually be yourself.
Wow, that's scary though.
It's really scary.
No, that's scary. That really is.
It's scary to think about. Our school system's a whole other issue.
It is another show. It's another show. But it's very, very scary. Now, I want to go back to the reason why you're here. We are still doing that.
Yep.
But I want to pull certain things out that we talked off camera.
Yep.
Young women on social media.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
Okay.
Because I know where I'm going to go.
I think the way you portray yourself on social media,
yes,
especially if you have a public profile, which is what a lot of young women do these days.
What's a public profile?
A public profile, so on Instagram,
right,
under your screen name, like where you have your name, like mine says Trish Peters.
Right.
You can have a public profile that says what you're public for.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
As opposed to private.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're private, you have to request to follow. If you're public, without following, you can see everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people I know have a public profile.
Right.
Right? I have a public profile.
So do I.
And I'm okay with that.
That's right.
But I think the danger with having a public profile that people tend to forget is everybody's watching you. Everybody can see what you're doing. Everybody knows where you are. And everybody knows what you're thinking. No matter, like, whatever you post, it's never going to go away.
Okay.
Right? And I think young women see other women on social media and they try to exemplify that.
Okay.
They follow along with it, right? You see Kim Kardashian West post a nude photo and you're like, oh, I can do it too.
But that's crazy though. Why would you want to do that? I'm just saying, why do you want to do that?
You're not wrong in asking that question.
Okay.
I don't know why people would want to do that.
Because if you do something like that, it's locked into the system.
Yep.
And if, let's say, if you want to go for a job or if you want to just saying you want to start dating or meeting people.
You don't have Kim Kardashian's job.
No.
That's like, I think a lot of teenagers forget that anything you post is out there forever.
I don't think they forget. I think some of them just don't care. Some of them do
scary.
know. No, they do know. They know. They know what's right and wrong. They know what's right. They know that if you do something wrong, you're going to pay a consequence for it.
Yep.
Right? And sometimes they'll go, well, I don't know. Yes, you do know, because you know if you do something wrong, you're going to either go to jail or you're going to have a child of a wedlock. You're going to have to take care of that child. You know, if you don't take or do your courses in school right, you're going to get bad grades. Everybody knows that you're going to pay a price.
Yep.
It's just that they don't understand.
They want to forget that.
That's right.
Right? I think that it's in this generation coming up,
right,
everybody wants to say that we're open and accepting, right? About everything, which is great.
Right.
We should be open and accepting about everything. Yet we're actually having the same battles we've been facing forever.
Such as?
Right? Immigrants coming in.
Okay.
Right? That's still a battle we face. Right? I still face being brown every day.
Why though, Trish? No, I'm gonna dig. Why? I'm brown. I'm not black, by the way. I'm brown.
That's not my skin color.
No, I'm brown.
I think my dad's darker than you, and he's brown.
Is he? Ooh.
So, right? I still face that challenge. When I was younger, I faced it a lot worse. I think I finally developed into myself and I'm confident in who I am.
Right, you better be, because you're gorgeous.
I still think that my skin color, going into meeting rooms, I'm doing accounting, right?
Right.
Just last year, I did an interview with a company just as an intern, nothing else.
Sure.
And I walked in, and A, 90% were boys.
Right.
And B, at least 60% of them were white.
Oh.
Right?
You scanned that already, or when you walked right in?
I scanned it as soon as, I think it's something I do because I've always done it as I was younger.
Right.
Right? I grew up in a white neighborhood. I'm used to being the only brown person in the room.
Okay.
Right? And just honestly, just last week I went on a date and the guy spat so many racist jokes at me and I was like, you're not funny. Like,
wow.
It's funny, but like, it's not.
No, it's not funny.
And even certain comedians that I watch, or that me and my parents used to watch, a lot of the jokes, they're just hurting you. Even if you're that, like if you're Indian, even if you're Indian and you're making a joke about another Indian person,
right.
a lot of those jokes are just hurting you.
That's right. That's right. But they don't look at it like that.
No.
They're setting them, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. My parents and I went to a comedian, I think, last year.
Right.
And he was an Indian comedian. Like, he flew in from India. You know, he had his own show, like, down by the X. It was great. And he talked about family situations. Right. Situations that we all face. Right? Your sibling, like, my mom always tells me this story. Her brother used to, after her sister would iron her clothes, he would throw water on them to uniron them. She tells me that all the time. And that's what this guy did. He talked about stories like that you can connect with. My brother tries on my pants all the time and so like, they fit me. My brother is 9 years old.
Oh my God.
Right? Situations like that you can connect with and you think that are funny.
Right.
But as soon as you start making those racist jokes, you start going that way. And I think we're all guilty of it. I'm not perfect. I definitely make the jokes too. Right? We're all guilty of it, but I just think it's all out there.
And what you're saying in a way, what you're saying, not in a way, you're saying it, it gives permission for people
for other people to do it to you
all the time.
Yep. For other people to do it too.
Now, I'm going to say something. We have to go to break. Let's say, whatever race it is, white, black, Syrian, Iran, Australian, Irish, whatever.
Yeah.
How do I try to say this now nicely? They have problems even in their own culture, though.
Yep.
We got to go to break. Oh my God, this is really, really good. We'll be right back, guys. Keep tuning in. Phenomenal stuff. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Trish Peters. I want to ask you something. We covered some really powerful topics. They haven't talked in segment 1 and 2. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments on this show and your feedback. Send your information to my email, info, it's right on the bottom of the screen, info@kimberlite.ca. I want to hear from you because this helps us bring on great conversation, great guests, and great things to help you excel in your life. All right? Thank you so much, guys. Anyway, let's get back to Trish. All right, sweetheart. I was watching every word I was saying because I'm talking about you. There's so much more I can talk about you, right? You're phenomenal, hon. And like I said, you talk from your heart, but I'm going to do this now. We covered about, what were we talking about in the last segment? About being accepted, brown people, white people. What I wanted to go into, and I want to draw into it, women. I'm going to keep on women now, because that's very dear to your heart, right? Yeah. Women, all right? There's whites against whites, blacks against blacks. Yep. Right, there is. And sometimes now, what touches me, when you walked in that room for the accounting, for the job that you're going for, and you had to you scan the room, automatically you look at 90%
you think about
man.
it.
Yeah, but why do you think about it? Because I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't give a rip. I don't care. But I want to know why you do.
I think I scan the room because I've done, even when I was in high school, this was a topic that was very close to me.
Right.
I was very interested in it.
Right.
Right? I wanted to see where women excel, where they're more likely to be drawn into, where they're more likely to be successful.
Right.
And I found it so funny that in high school I found more women were more likely to take science courses.
Okay.
Okay. Which is odd because the ratio of male to female engineers is lower.
True. That's true. That is true. Yes.
Right? But I know that in my business classes, there weren't as many females.
Oh, more men.
Yep. It was more male. And I want to say that when I was in high school, people pick their courses based on how easy things are. Right? I want to say that But business was not an easy topic because I took a lot of them through high school.
Right.
They weren't always easy.
No, they're not.
Right? They're not. It's not an easy class.
Business.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not an easy class.
Right.
So I always found it quite weird.
Right.
And I did my research on it, and I found that women just don't choose business as a career path.
Why?
In my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion.
In my opinion, I think women don't choose business as a career path because they don't see a way to succeed. I don't know the exact percentages, like I'm probably wrong on them, but I do know it's a very low percentage of women that hold a top seat in the board of directors.
Okay, women in general or your peers?
I think women in general.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think they hold a very small position in the top board of directors in all the companies across Canada.
Got you, okay.
Right? When the goal of where you're trying to be is already, like when you see it and you're like, okay, it's very hard for me to succeed here.
Right.
Then you're less motivated to do it.
Okay, how do we change it, hon?
That's a hard question to answer. I got to think of that one.
Okay.
I think it'll be a long change. I think it's already starting to happen.
Yes.
Certain companies have that 50-50 have to be male to women.
Right.
Which then gets to another point, are you hiring the most qualified person?
True.
Or are you hiring her because she's a woman?
Right.
Right? Which then diminishes what that woman is worth in other people's eyes.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So I don't think there's a certain solution to it.
No.
I think on our end, I know that I do this, we have to educate ourselves.
That's right.
And you have to be the smartest one in the room.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
Be the smartest one in the room, and they'll have to give you the job no matter what color your skin is, no matter what you're wearing on your feet, no matter if you have...
Why did you go to the feet?
Oh, I'm the kind of person, I always check people's shoes when I look at them.
I'm sorry. So do I. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, if your shoes are nice...
That's right.
It usually means you care about your appearance.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Say that again. Say that again.
If your shoes are nice,
yes,
it means you care about your appearance.
Okay, why is it important to your image to go along with what you're doing?
Because if you walk in to an interview in sneakers, the boss is going to look at you and think that you didn't care to be there.
That's right.
Right, and if you don't care to be there, then why should you get the job?
That's right. If you didn't take the time to work on your appearance.
Yep.
So true, honey.
You shouldn't get the job.
So true. Going back to the social media now. So why is it important not to have those kind of pictures where I see some on Instagram and it's like, holy shoot, some of them try to come into my site and follow me. And I look at them and I'm going, you are crazy. Delete or block or whatever the word is.
Yep.
And they're half naked or certain parts of their bodies are showing.
Yep.
And I'm like, what are you doing to yourself out there? You're not going to attract the right gentleman. You're not. I'm sorry, see if you're going to be an easy guy for a one-time night. Just telling you like it is. Or you're not giving yourself the respect.
Yep.
So why is it that they do that, hon?
And you're not wrong in any shape. And I'm all about, okay, empower women. I was raised in a Christian household. I'm Christian. And I'm not a strict Christian.
Right.
But I do believe in that.
Yes.
And I was sent to summer camps every year. And I'm a swimmer, right? I've been swimming since I was 6 years old. Wow. Right? And we'd get sent to these summer camps where I'd be forced to wear a t-shirt, shorts, over my bathing suit.
Okay.
First of all, I wear bikinis if I'm going to the beach, and if it's in that scenario, I'm okay with it.
Right.
But if I'm going to a Christian camp, I'm going to wear a one piece anyway because that's how I feel comfortable.
That's right.
Right? And when I was forced to wear a t-shirt and shorts, the first thing that came to my mind is that if you're drowning, I'm not coming to get you because the t-shirt and shorts are going to hold me down. Easy. That was the first thing that I thought of. I'm like, if you're forcing me to swim in a t-shirt and shorts, and they're not it's not swim gear, right? It's just a plain t-shirt, plain shorts. I can't swim in that.
Right.
Right? As a competitive swimmer, you can't. Your body, unless you're wearing the gear, swim gear is tight for a reason.
Yes, it is. That's right. So you can move through the water.
So you can move through the water.
That's right.
Your lifeguard is not wearing a t-shirt and shorts. They're wearing, you can wear shorts, that's fine. I wear shorts when I lifeguard. And a singlet, but they're wearing clothes that when they come to get you, they're able to come get you.
Wow, okay.
Right? And that was when when I thought about the subject of clothing and women and how my pastor always used to say, he was like, women, you can make the guy's job easier. And I always used to think in my head, well, why should it be my job to make his job easier?
True.
Right?
True.
But I also think you look at a guy and if he's shirtless or whatever, you're obviously not thinking that this is a well-respected businessman. That's not what you're thinking.
No, you're looking at the shape of the body.
Yeah, because you're judging him.
That's right.
Right? It's human instinct to do that. So I think that we have to put that into our perspective as women as well. Because if we're thinking that about a male, the male's thinking that about us as well.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Because a guy would see something on social media. I'm going to jump into the men's world here for a second,
Yeah.
right? They will look and they'll see a beautiful girl, Trish Peters, on. And I've seen your pictures on Instagram. They're stunning. They're
my
gorgeous.
Instagram is clean. I know,
but it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous, natural pictures, all right? But now they're looking and saying, that's a nice girl I'd like to take out. But there's some, now, okay, going back to you. It's a nice picture that I like to take her out. Take her out for coffee, dinner, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a respect there because they see a woman that's got her act together.
Yeah.
She's attractive, and somewhere I can trust her. She's not easy. Where some of them, I look and it's like the guys go, oh man, you know, just date that one and do whatever and stuff. And it's like, are they setting themselves up? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think it's the attention.
Okay. But it's dangerous attention, though.
It's 100% it's dangerous attention. But I think being of my, like, I was born in 2000, so I think I got both ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
Because I get the 90s kids and I have the 2000 kids as well.
Right.
And I think seeing the comments that drop under your picture it's a self-esteem booster.
Right.
Right? The more skin you're showing, I often think it correlates with the more male comments you're going to get. I don't get a lot of male comments on my pictures. I know that. I'm okay with that. I don't need it.
Okay.
Right?
Why don't you need it? Because everybody that, I think it's on Instagram, didn't they have that thing where you can know how many likes you get?
Yep.
I took mine off. I don't want to know.
Really?
I took it. I don't want to know. I don't give a rip. I don't have to keep worrying about, oh my God, 13 hits, 25 hits. I don't want to be locked into that world
I don't look at the numbers.
of numbers.
I have the numbers on. I just don't look at them.
Okay.
And Instagram is dangerous because when you're a public profile, you can see how many people saved your pictures and how many people sent them to each other.
But should I worry about that? Or?
No.
Okay.
I don't worry about it. I know.
That's right.
If I'm not posting anything that I'm ashamed of.
Right.
My mother follows me on Instagram. I can't post anything I'm ashamed of. Right? Anything that that's the rule I follow. Anything I wouldn't show to my mom.
Okay.
I wouldn't post.
Wow. Say that again?
Anything you wouldn't show to your parents, don't post it.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
My mom and dad are two very different people. Right? Things I show to my dad, I still wouldn't post. Right? Like, my dad was a feminist when I was growing up. Always don't let being a girl stop you from doing anything.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Change the world in your way.
Change the world in your way. Love that. Okay.
Yeah. So what I wore, we had this argument all the time. I would wear, me and my mom would go shopping. And when I was younger, right, crop tops were a big thing. My mom was like, I don't know why you want your stomach to be showing. My dad.
Look at your stomach, though. You could serve dinner on that baby.
My dad would say, she's only going to have that body for a little while. Let her wear what she wants. See? So my parents are two very different people.
Two different things.
I think I got the best of both worlds. So,
yes, you do.
Right? I got, empower yourself and always keep an eye out on who's looking at you.
That's right.
Right? How you brand yourself, how you brand your image, especially on social media, it's very important. And I think I want to go into business. I want to run my own business. I don't need a businessman looking at my Instagram profile.
That's right.
And being like, oh, well, right? I don't need a businessman looking at that and making harsh judgments about me.
You got it.
I don't need that. So anything I post on social media, I always think twice about. And you know what? Like, you can have a spam account. Do whatever you want on that. Make it private, right? Limit the number of people that can see it. But don't forget that people can still screenshot off that.
Oh my God, you're great.
Right?
Sweetheart, oh my God, I can't say more about you. We got to go to break, all right? We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Trish Peters. Phenomenal stuff, girl. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. So, we're talking off camera. This is the last segment, but you're not going anywhere because we're going to be doing lots of stuff with Future Prospects and your message. All right? We're going to go to a place that you went through. So, your summer was not too...
It wasn't the greatest.
Okay. What was your words when you said?
The year has not been kind.
Okay, the year has not been kind.
Both of my grandpas ended up in the hospital. So even in India. My uncle was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at the beginning of the summer.
Wow.
And then sadly he passed away a couple weeks ago.
My condolences, hon.
Yeah. My mom was actually in India when he passed away. So she got to spend her moments with him, and she got to see her sister, like that. It was her brother-in-law. So she got to see her sister. She got to be with her family while that was happening. I went through a really bad breakup in March. Right? It was difficult. It was a breakup where I had to put my foot down. And
how did you put your foot down?
You just gotta, mentally.
God help him.
Oh, mentally it was not. We broke up on really good terms.
Okay.
We were good for a month or so, and things just ended up. It just didn't end up well in my eyes, and. But
you ended on a good note.
Yeah. But that's where social media comes in, right? That's where social media comes in.
No. Back up a second. Do that again.
I can't do it again.
Oh, you can't do it again. Darn it. I was so cool. Okay.
It happened. Social media played a really big negative impact on our relationship, on our friendship. To put it mildly, the reason we did break up was because his friends used to talk about me.
Right.
And I dealt with it for 2 years, right? Dealt with it for 2 years. I gave him the options. I said, well, I can only deal with it for so much longer. Mentally, it gets exhausting.
Yes, it does.
Because you're always defending yourself, right? If you're being used as a scapegoat when he doesn't want to go out with his friends, right? It gets exhausting having to deal with that.
That's right.
Right? And there was a point in our relationship where one of his friends commented about me on social media, on Snapchat, posted it, and I was friends with him on social media, and I saw it, and I said, you know what? If this is about me, you need to take it down, because this isn't true. You need to go talk to your friend about it, because at the end of the day, me and you are not friends. You and him are friends.
That's right.
Right? And I got to a point where I said, no, I'm done. And I ended it. And he knew it was coming. We both knew it was coming. And he knew if he didn't...
coming?
The breakup.
Okay.
If he didn't make a change in the way he dealt with the situations when his friends used to talk about me, then he knew that I would leave. I'm a strong woman. I don't need you in my life.
Right.
Right? And if at the end of the day you're not going to give me what I desire in a man, what I need in a man, then I don't need you. Right? And I know his friends are going to watch this, so I'm going to try to keep it a little
own social media.
Yeah.
You don't have to mention names or anything. You just look at the situation.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're helping other women.
And I walked away from it.
And
right?
people.
And I was okay with that. And you know what? My friend's watching this from the control room, and she knows we had a great time after that. We partied, we hung out, we did our own thing.
Right.
Right? And we were good. Me and him, we would talk, we were fine.
Right.
We were good friends. And then those same friends, man, I think the way your friends act is a very good representation of who you are. Right? If your friends are always telling you to do something that's wrong,
right,
you're more likely to do it. Right? If your friends are, my dad always says this to me, and I hate that I'm quoting him on this one.
Tell me. No.
My dad always says to me, your friends, anybody who looks at you is going to look at your friends too.
That's right. That is right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't want to tell him he's right, but he's right. He's right. He's right. And I learned that the hard way, and I watched him demolish my brand on social media. I watched him talk about me, say things about me, not just him, like his friends obviously too. And it was really hard because obviously I had blocked it all out. Right. I have it all gone. They can't contact me. My phone and them have no connection.
Good.
Right? And that's the way I liked it after. I was like, I don't need to talk to you. I don't need that in my life. But people think they're helping you when they reach out to you.
And how do they reach out to you?
When they send you what these people are saying about you, and they screenshot it and they send it to you and they think they're helping you, and I'm like, all this is stopping me from doing is moving on with my life.
Right.
Right? So there was a few traumatic incidents over the summer with this, and social media and I did not get along at that point, right? A lot of like the things that I was receiving, I didn't want to receive. And that's how we stopped being good friends, because he did something, posted on social media, didn't expect me to see it when he has all my friends on social media, right?
But how did he not expect you to see it though? If he's social media, you're all connected.
I think low-key he wanted me to see it, but
sure, of course, absolutely.
That's on him. And I did see it, and after that, I took the problem straight to him. I'm not a beat around the bush person.
Good girl. Good
right?
young lady, sorry. Yes. Good for you.
I took the problem straight to him. I'm like, don't do it again. Like, this is disrespectful.
That's right.
Don't do it again. And I don't know what didn't click, but talking to that man was like talking to a brick wall. My God. Right? I don't think he understood anything I ever said after we broke up. So at the end of the summer, I realized that it's not even worth it to me to even think about it.
That's right.
And my social media is so clean now. My friends know that if anything comes up like that, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to see it. If I'm being talked about, they got to do it over the phone. Come find me. You know where I live.
That's right.
So come talk to me. You know, your friends still can text me. Like, I haven't cut off lines of communication with everybody.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Right?
You're
so
brave. You're good.
If you need to have that conversation with me, I'm open to it. But I'm not going to have a conversation with a hostile person.
Wasted time.
That's what it is.
Waste of energy.
Right?
That's right.
So I blocked it all. And now me and social media are getting along a little better. We like each other again.
Good.
Right? I'm doing a lot of what you said. I look at a lot of the positives.
Yes, hon.
Right? And my friends, I think being back in school is so much better for me.
Oh, nice.
Right? Like, being busy, having to do something, and because I'm so far away from home, like I'm 45 minutes away from home,
wow, that's
and I
far.
drive every day.
I'm saying that sarcastically. I'm so far away from home. 45 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think that's far. I just think I think from the area that I'm in, when you grow up in where I grew up, you never really leave high school.
Right. Okay. You're all close knit.
No, but we know each other.
Oh, okay.
Like,
your facial expressions
we're not
kill me.
close knit. Like, you know each other and you know of everything everybody's doing around you. Like, I think being away at school.
Yes.
Like, not that I'm 10 million miles away.
No, I know. You're just away from it all.
Yeah, and I got lucky. Not a lot of people from my high school went to my school.
Oh, that's nice.
So I got really lucky. It was fresh. I made new friends. I was able to do all of that. And that opened me to a whole new world. And I didn't need, I don't need to look at social media to see what people at home are doing.
Good for you.
Right? Like, even yesterday, I think you met my friend last time, Kia.
Yes.
We had a 2-hour conversation on the phone.
Isn't that nice?
Just about anything and everything.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. And she goes away to school.
Right.
So she goes to Laurier.
Okay.
So we had a 2-hour conversation on the phone, just caught up, and we just talked. Right? There was no,
drama.
No drama. And those are the friends that I like. Those are the friends that I'll keep around.
Common sense.
Those are the friends that I keep around.
That's right.
So I think this summer it was difficult. It was hard, but I'm glad it's over. And I learned a lot.
I was going to ask you that. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned a lot. Honestly, I saw a post the other day on Instagram, ironically, and it was like, what was the biggest thing you lost this year? And the answer to it was that I didn't lose anything, but what wasn't meant for me was taken away. And I think I really related to that. I looked at it and I said, okay, well, it's not wrong.
No.
Right? What wasn't meant for me was taken away.
That's right. And it wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, and look at it like that.
That's right.
Right? Whether it be a person, whether it be a job, whether it be an item that I didn't buy, even from the smallest things.
That's right.
Right? Looking at it was, okay, well, it wasn't meant for me.
That's right.
Someone else can have it, and I'll see y'all later.
That's right.
That's how I looked at it, right? And so obviously I'm still healing, and I'm not ready to fully be I'm good, but I'm still healing. I'm still dealing with those emotions.
Yeah.
Right? Those emotions are hard to get rid of. So I'm working on a way to figure that out in my life. But I think I'm doing a better job than I was this summer, so.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
To go through something like that, though, it's okay. In my days, we didn't have social media, right?
Yeah.
Right? But
you got lucky.
You see, but you know, it's amazing how we dealt with it in different ways. Because if you went to a bar, I'd run into the odd person. But you see, with me, I don't deal with drama. I don't have time for it. I'm just too blunt. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah.
So I cut it out because anything that affects my mind and how I feel, and I got to go to bed at night time, my head's paining me, and I go, you know something, why am I stressing myself out on this clown?
Yeah.
Like, later.
My dad says that to me too. He's like, don't stress over things you can't control.
That's right.
And that includes people. You can't control people.
No, you can't control people.
Nope.
The only person you can control is yourself.
Yep.
So
is
yourself,
why do I
girl.
stress over the people that don't matter to me?
That's right. And when you do
it just hurts you.
That's right. And it stops you from seeing the beautiful things inside of you.
Yeah.
It really does. It stops you because you always look at the negative. Oh, what's wrong with me? And what did I do?
Yep.
And you start.
And I think, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I think I struggled with that a lot. A lot of it was like, well, what did I do to deserve this end of the stick? Right? What did I do for you to say all of this about me, yet I did so many things for you in the 2 years that you didn't even want to acknowledge, and you're still not acknowledging it.
Right.
Right? So I struggled so hard with, it's my fault, I'm the reason it happened. Even though I was the one that did the breakup, I was the one that was like, okay, like, it's time for me to go away. Time for me to do my own thing. I think I struggled so much with, oh, I messed it up. Right? And we were good together. I had a good time. We had a good, like, we were fun. It was fine. But leaving that behind and having to start all over again. It's not easy. In a way, it wasn't easy. And it was like, well, maybe I'm the problem.
No, you're not. I'm going to tell you right now. Because we've only got a minute to go. Number one, you're not the problem.
Yeah.
If something goes the way you weren't supposed to have it in the first place, period, and there's a better person out there for you.
Oh, yeah.
You're still
100%.
young. You're still young. You're still
100%.
learning. You're still maturing. You're still going through the motions. But never, ever forget that. Never sell out your life for nothing. Never. Always hang on to it. We got to go. I want you to leave a couple of words. And if I jump in and cut you off, it's because we have to go. All right?
That's fine.
What words of wisdom do you want to give to young people about social media, real quick?
Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it be everything. You know, anything you see on that screen probably isn't real most of the time. It's not. I know that things that I see and I look at, I'm like, this is edited, this is not real, this is not what you look like, this is not what you do, right? Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it affect your mental health. Don't let it get to the stage where you're addicted to the thing in your hand.
And on that note, pretty girl, we're going to do one. We're going to go. I love you. You're amazing. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Bye.